This reading is for Mary, who's trying to reach out to her grandmother, Mary Ann, who passed away at 72 years old. I have my portal box here that's going to be on throughout the session in the event Mary Ann wants to speak through it. I also have my audio recorder here that I will review later on in case there was something that was said that we were not able to hear physically. All right, so the first thing that I like to do is I like to shuffle the cards and ask if Mary Ann can just tell me a little bit about herself. Like, what sort of person was she when she was alive? But I just want to get to know her. So Mary Ann, if you can tell me, what kind of person are you or were you? So I got 3 that came out. Okay, so we have divine wisdom, we have water, and we have stillness. We also have foresight and exploration, which is already telling me, Mary Ann, you were a person that have gifts and abilities yourself. You also have charm and passion with water. Water is the element of emotions. It's a very mysterious element. It's related to emotions and sensitivity, but not in the sense where like you're sensitive as in you cry a lot. It's more like you're very in tune with your emotions. And I feel like some of the abilities that you had, Mary Ann, was being able to feel what others feel around you. And you also have control and security with stillness. So I also feel, Mary Ann, you are very much an observer. I just want to see what was your personality like, Mary Ann? Well, so we have the Truth card. So as far as your personality, Mary Ann, this is telling me that you kind of told it how it is. You never held anything back, and which is kind of drawing me to the control and security aspect. You were very confident with how you worded or how you spoke to people, and you weren't afraid to speak up. There's a lot of people who are afraid to speak up or really say what's on their mind, but I feel like you're the type of person who had no problem at all with that. If you didn't agree with something, you said it, but in a loving way, not in a sassy way. Now, Mary does have a few questions for you, Mary Ann. If you want to answer them out of my portal box here or through the cards, whichever way you prefer. I am going to review the audio files just in case you say something that I can't hear. The first question that Mary has for you, Mary Ann, is if there's something that you need to put to rest or any sort of unfinished business. So as I was shuffling, I had 3 poppers is what I like to call, where the card sticks out of the deck. It doesn't necessarily fall. And I was asking Mary Ann if there's something that you felt you had to heal or that you feel is unfinished business, something that you feel needs to be worked on. And then I got these cards come up. So we got building blocks. This makes me think that there's some connection, well, more so a disconnect within the family that she wishes could be mended. And then we also got truth be told, but it came out in reverse. And as I mentioned, she's the type of person who doesn't like to keep secrets, likes to tell it how it is. And I feel like there's something to have to do with the family where not everybody is being totally honest with each other. There might be quarrels going on, that she sees and that she feels sad about, because it's something that the family is able to get past, but there's like this void that it's like nobody wants to step up to the plate and say what they gotta say. And Marianne feels a bit sad that that's going on, because she can see how much closer and how much stronger the family can be if they only just hold it how it is to each other. Respectfully, of course. You also got the yin card in reverse. Well, Marianne is letting me know with the yin card coming out in reverse, again, going back to the family as a whole. There are a lot of strong people within the family. Like, a lot of them have this leader feel to them, but a lot of them still have things to learn, and because they'd rather stay in that leadership role, it's preventing them from their building blocks from growing more as the leaders that they are becoming, or that they are. And part of that is because she sees that there's some sort of lack of communication within the leaders of the family. And that's something that she wished would change. So it very much has to do with the family as a whole and communication within the family. And Mary, I remember that a few days ago, at least when this video first goes live, or when you first see the video, that I woke up at 3:03 in the morning, and I didn't know if it was Marianne, but I saw an older woman, and at first I saw her with long hair, and then all of a sudden she had really short hair. But a part of me was thinking that that was Marianne. The thing is, when I was seeing her, she kept pointing towards a jewelry box, and she kept saying key, or showing me something to do with the key. Now that might represent having to open something up, either physically or like figuratively. Maybe that has to do with the family having to open up about something that they're not being truthful about. But she kept bringing up key. I kept saying key. And there is something in that jewelry box that she did want you to have, but I can't see what that specific item was. All I know is she was pointing at it, and she was smiling when she did. The other thing too, which I didn't want to mention, but I don't want to withhold anything that's told to me or what I feel or see, is that night, and mind you, I'm not sick or anything, like physically I'm good, 100% healthy, but when I was having those images and when I was being told those things, I also noticed like I felt feverish, like sweaty, and something in the middle of my chest was hurting as if I couldn't breathe, but it wasn't my lungs, if that makes any sense. It was something in the middle of my chest, like a weird pressure. And again, I'm not sick, but I don't know if that has to do with Marianne when it was close to when she passed. Maybe that's how, or that's what she felt at the time or leading up to it. And after that, while I was feeling those things, I was also seeing the images and the visions that she was giving me. So I just wanted to put that out there too. And last night, it is, what's today's date? Hold on. It's the 7th, July 7th. So last night, still July 7th, I also saw lavender. And I don't know if that's her favorite color or her favorite scent, but I saw lavender. And like a very faint, beautiful, calm looking purple. And she also brought up the name Michelle. I personally don't know if that is a friend or a close family member, like her daughters or her sister or her mother, just somebody closer to her. Not really a cousin, but you know what I mean, like closer. But she mentioned Michelle. And I'm not sure, it could be one of her best friends when she grew up, but she said Michelle, but I just can't figure out who Michelle is. So if you do, let me know. But again, I just wanted to tell you because these are things that I saw and that I was told, and I don't want to withhold any information, even though some of it might not make any sense. I'd rather just let you know. So if you find out anything about that, please let me know so I can also make sense of it as to why I saw these things and why I was told these things. But all right, let's go to your next question. What was Mary Ann most happy about in her life? That's your next question. Now let me just feel out. I have a few decks out here with me, so let me just feel out which one she wants me to use for that question. I'm being drawn to 2 decks. So I'll pull, well, I'll ask for 1 card, but if more pop out or fall out, then I'll use those, but hold on. Okay, so I was drawn to 3 decks for what was she most happy about in her life. And I gotta say, she did mention a few things, mainly 2. We have the Scarab Beetle that came out, which is magic works through you. This is letting me know that she was very happy about and well aware of her abilities and her gifts. Like she felt very, what's the word? Very, is it aspiracious? Is that a word? Like she was excited and ready. And then you have the purpose card that came out. So she understood her purpose and the gifts that she had too. And I feel like the gifts that she had very much felt like they were also passed down to you, Mary. I feel like that's one of the things that she wanted to give you, and she can see well enough that she has, aside from what's in that jewelry box. And then we also got the hare, which to me represents that she is very happy about her family. As we all know, bunnies do tend to procreate pretty quickly. So they have, you know, big families, an abundance of family members. So this is telling me that she was very happy about her family. And then we also got, or she also got the Knight of Pentacles, which is telling me that she was very much a down-to-earth, patient woman, and she enjoyed just sitting back and observing, just watching over the family, so to speak. And she was proud. She is proud. She's still proud. She just wished that people would speak the truth more like she did. And your last question, Mary, to Mary Ann was, Mary Ann, was it you in the wind chimes? Ooh. Of all cards, and you know what? I was thinking, if this card comes out, Mary, if this card came out, I was just thinking that it's a solid yes. And look what card you got. You got the Star card. This is telling me yes, that was definitely her in the wind chimes. And you got the Star card. So every time somebody gets the Star card when I do readings, I like to tell them to make a wish when it comes out. So make your wish, Mary. But that was definitely Mary Ann in the wind chimes. Of all cards, and this card fell out, by the way. When I was shuffling, it just fell out. Okay, Mary, thank you so much for allowing me to provide you this reading. If there was anything that didn't make any sense or that didn't come out clear, like in my wording or anything like that, please let me know. Also, let me know about the symbology or the things that I mentioned earlier that has to do with, well, we talked about the jewelry box already. We still don't know what that key is, though I think the key is probably a metaphor for something. And then last night there was the lavender that came up, and then somebody named Michelle. Those things I'm still curious about, so if you can, take your time, obviously, if you can, just look into that for me and let me know. But thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I think it was really beautiful. I loved the cards that Marianne decided to choose and like pop out at me. All of the cards that came out, by the way, like either popped out or they fell out. And as always, if you have any questions, let me know. That's it for your video, Mary. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.